Yeah, mate. Hello, my lovables. This is the second time I'm recording this video. I changed my shirt. We're doing 2 videos in a row. I'm tricking you guys. Because why? I'll tell you later why. Why am I recording this video 2 times? One thing for you sound recording peoples out there. Make sure your phantom power is on. It's very important for the sound to enter. Anyhows, Papa's got a brand new toy. Or actually, I put a buying restraining order on myself from gas because I've been buying shit and I can't keep on doing that. Luckily, my woman had her birthday quite recently and she needed the SP-404A. So this is not mine, it's not Papa's brand new toy, it's Robin's toy. She's a great singer. We just finished the EP together that you'll be hearing more from soon. And why does she need this? She needs vocal effects for performing live. You see, you can plug in a microphone here and put effects directly on your voice. There are other devices that can do that, but this one I can also borrow and put all my beats on there. Perchance you have seen other people do it, beat makers and producers and whatnot, on the YouTube or somewhere else. Where they play back their beats and put effects on it live and do cool shit with it. And the main reason why I think this is a good idea also is because I don't feel like bringing my MacBook Pro. It gets me kind of paranoid. It's the most expensive piece of gear I have. And it's a comforting thought that I could just put all the beats in there on the go and be playing them back. With more space and say more suitable use than say the OP1 for example. We'll be bringing this baby as well, you can be sure of that. Anyhows, where are we going? We're going to South Africa, Johannesburg. All my South Africa people out there, shout out to you. I hope to be seeing you having some fun in South Africa. We're going to be seeing also shout out to Dizzy Monks, the Cool Out Crew, Akio Hype, which are some wonderful people from out there who do amazing shit for the culture of hip hop in South Africa. From the world to the world. Alright, let's talk about this. So, yeah, I was pretty familiar with this machine because I had the SP-404SX before. And essentially, it's the same machine. All Roland did to rebrand this was actually put a black finish on it, make this green stuff to match the Roland Era line, and put some shitty Loop Masters samples on it, which nobody's ever gonna use if you know, if you have your own flavor of sounds. I don't think it's gonna be that applicable. So I formatted this shit right away. Got a 32 gigabyte SD card. This holds up to 64 actually. So if you want to put even more than that, you can have hours of music on this. It's got 5 banks times 2. Tricking you. 10 banks of 12 pads. And you can put a whole beat on just 1 pad. And you know, put some effects on it, E-L-E-double-Z, and a Wild West gunshots and stuff to spice up your stuff when you're playing back your beats live. How also I was familiar with this was because I had an SP-202. That was my very first sampler, so it was a dear memory to me, and I didn't like it at all. I knew I needed to start making beats. I was using dance EJ, and then after that hip hop EJ as well. But it was like finished loops and you couldn't really make your own stuff with it. So I think I heard on a radio show a Swedish rapper mentioning something about a sampler, and I was like, oh, that's what I need to make beats? Let me ask my papa, can I please have a sampler for my birthday? And sure as hell, he got me a sampler, the SP-202. It didn't have a sequencer on it. The sample time was short. and you can really do much. So I would sample sounds into it and play them back like live onto cassette tape. But it was tedious. I mean, I had a computer, so why should I be doing this? It was more really for DJs to like trigger effects and stuff. Later on though, I became a huge fan of, this was when I was 12 years old. Like I said, already making beats on dance EJ and hip hop EJ to the extent that I could. But, you know what I'm saying, it's not that amazing. And later on, when I was about 15, I got really heavily into Madlib and J Dilla, as I'm sure many of you also will. We'll love him, rest in peace, J Dilla. And we find out that Madlib was using the SP-404A. I got that, and it was a little bit better. It has a simple sequencer on it, and you know, you can make full beats on it. What was most lovely about it was the lo-fi sound. So I had the MPC 2000 and the SP-404A next to it to make the very nice sound from the vinyl records. I would sample it into from the vinyl to the SP-404A, make a little foundation of a beat there, and then sample it into the MPC 2000 and keep on going on, moving on, doing the real thing, you know what I'm saying? However, one big minus with the SP-404A was you could not pitch the samples in a proper way. It would sound really messed up. So, yeah, I even made a bag. See this bag here? SP-403, and most wondrous, amazing, beautiful writing here. Shit. Accessoire for, you know, putting your toothbrush stuff and shaving and whatnot, deodorants. It still has the mirror. Such a bountiful man. Fuck this shit. However, let us have a look. Let us have a closer look at the SP-404. Let us pro to the go and have a closer look. So we can see here and here. It's got 4 knobs on it. Volume knob is always good on a musical device to make sure your volume is right, and it's got 3 control knobs to control all the different effects that it's got on it. What effects does it have? It has the filter and drive, which is a low pass filter and a drive. Voice transformer, which will make your voice sound like a Smurf or Dodgeros. Man. Delay. Isolator. DJ effects looper. You see Boiler Room and shit. This is the effect they use a lot. It's the thing that makes the beat stutter and go make it sound pretty cool. Multi-effects, this is the button you press when you want all of these effects you can access with that button. Reverb, tape echo, chorus, flanger, phaser, tremolo, pan, distortion, overdrive, fuzz, wah, octave, compressor, equalizer, bit crusher, noise generator, vinyl simulator, radio tuning, slicer, flanger, ring mod, chromatic pitch shift. Pitch still doesn't pitch it right. It sounds like shit. Why? Come on, Roland, just put a regular pitch shift in there to pitch it like any sampler would. Anyhow, it's not in there. Do a firmware upgrade or something, because I don't think that Roland is really aware of their customer base, you know what I'm saying? Like, they tried to relaunch this to go with the Era series, and they still think that it's just something that DJs will use to trigger effects and stuff. I don't know. Being able to pitch the samples properly, because you still can't do that even since the SP-403. Why, Roland? I don't know this. We don't know this. God damn it. We still love it though. Pattern sequencer. Control stuff with pattern sequencer. Select your pattern, which pattern you're working on. Length of the pattern. Quantize, set your quantize. So what timing that you're going to be quantizing in. Sample it. So what you do is first, you have your sample here, your mark, your start and end point. by pressing it first for the start point, then for the end point, and then you can fine tune it with the start and sample edit button. And you got your level here of the particular sampler. Sample. Sample. Time and BPM. Tap tempo. You can tap tempo and set the BPM of the sample with the time BPM, of course. So you get it to time stretch correctly. This is where you sample with the rec button. Press rec. Select the pad you want to sample to. Press rec again, and off you go. You can resample an actual pad onto a new pad with applied effects on, or you can play even multiple pads and resample them onto one pad and compile shit down like that, which can be useful in many ways. Here you got all your banks from A to J, which makes 5 times 2 equals 10 bank. This is the sample playback thing. When you sample, you could select stereo if you wanted to sample in stereo, or have it unmarked if you want it to be in mono. Lo-fi makes the sample lo-fi sound. Gate. This of course dictates whether you need to hold down your pad to make the sample play all the way through, or if you just press it once and it does. You can press 5 times on a cancel and it's going to stop anything that's playing. It's very useful if you're making a mess, especially live. You don't want to be doing that, you know what I'm saying? We keep it clean, nice, professional. Reverse the sample, loop it. It's gonna loop the sample when it gets to the end of it. Cancel is also gonna stop the pattern. Remain, this is where you choose what pads will be affected by the selected effect. Now, let me put this here. Okay, let us try this little bubby out. As you can see, it's gonna be very useful for live use for my woman, Robin. I love her. Listen, the EP is gonna sound.
On my knees, on my palms, I could be what you want, give you pleasure for that.
It's beautiful. You can't deny it. All right, let me move this over here. In practice, where's the sound? Oh, normally you would plug in the RCA, so this is what the back of it looks like. You got your line in, line out. I would plug the line out to the mixer or sound card or whatever. Line in, you plug in whatever you want to sample, and it's got MIDI, so you can trigger what's on the pads with an external MIDI device. Also, this is where you have your mic input. Plug in the microphone, use this button, and you can hear it right away. It's also got a built-in mic, and you can apply effects right on it. So let's plug this in. Plugging him in. So what's happening? Okay. Oh, this is a beat I like. It's called Did You Get High? It's from the Slow Down album, which, by the way, this beat is yours to do whatever you want with it, like I mentioned in the foregoing video. So what I did here was let's see if I can get some more volume. Just hear what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, I pressed the pad and then I pressed hold because this sample is set to gate. And this means that I need to hold the pad down, but if I press the pad and then press hold, it's gonna keep playing the sample throughout. So the beat will keep going. We can add effects to it, like the DJ effects looper. Yeah, it takes some finesse. I'm gonna need to practice that. Works good. This effect is the coolest when you grab it like in between transients. You get stuck on a snare. slow it down. Whatever, you get the idea. You could add all these effects onto it as you go and trigger other samples. What's this? Oh, we like this as well. It's a smooth vibe. Let's put some extreme delay on it. So, you would imagine with this delay, you could hit it on like a snare or whatever in the end. Yeah, so you can do a lot of cool things with this. I am happy with the purchase for what I'm going to be borrowing it for, and of course, the amazing things we're going to be able to do with the voice of my a lovely woman. So yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update on that and what you can do with it. A quick run through. Any of you guys have any questions about how do you use this, post it in the comments and I will answer it. Again, thank you. More than 1,000 million subscribers. We feel amazing. And as soon as we get back from South Africa, I'm going to be making more videos where we actually make beats, which is what we love to see, and some more, you know, a process in the making of type videos where I'll explain to you as we go along the different techniques that I'm using that could be also useful for you. Comment, subscribe, thank you, ring that bell. We love it. What can I say? This is the website, the BeatStars, the Bandcamp, my Instagram. Okay, bye-bye.